Hi, my name is Jackie Leday. I was born in Winnie, Texas. I grew up in the Port Arthur Beaumont area. And when I thought I was so grown, I left and went to Chicago and lived there for a good 25 years, and I came back to the area. I went and lived in San Antonio, where I met my friend here.
Hi, my name is Rachel Ramirez. I was born in San Antonio. I would often come visit Houston growing up. I loved it so much that I actually moved here about 3 years ago, looking for a job, pray to God that He would find something for me, and He did. It took about a year and a half, and so I finally moved here, and I've been here ever since. One Sunday, we're like, okay, we got to go to church. Let's find a church home. So we went to one church, and we walked in, and I told Jackie, I'm like, this isn't it. This isn't it. The next Sunday we went to another church, which was down the street from the first church. And again, I looked at her, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't it either. Before we came here, she was like, yeah, my sister knows a friend that they pastor a church here. So I was like, cool, let's go. So, I mean, as soon as we walked in, I'm like, this is it. Church hasn't even started. No music has started. The word hadn't come alive yet. But we both knew that this was the church.
Just the presence of God.
Yes.
It was so strong. And this is what we were used to. We come here, walked in the door. It's like, wow, this is it.
Yeah, you
We're here.
automatically.
This is it.
Yes.
Automatically. This is
Yes,
it.
You automatically felt it. Me, growing up as a Catholic, you don't find that. But once you do get even a taste of it, you just continue to want it.
More and
continue to
more.
want God's presence more and more.
More and more.
So we've been here ever since, and we love this church.
Yes. The pastors are awesome.
Yes.
I mean, they really care. I'm talking, personally, we came down with COVID-19 together.
Yes.
It was July. At the
Yes.
time, no one, the doctors didn't know what to do. The doctors didn't want you in their clinics because they didn't know how to treat this. So if you went to the hospital, depending on your status, they were putting everybody on ventilators because they didn't know what to do. They had no medication, didn't know what worked. So we both had it together.
Yes.
We were quarantined, and as the days went on, we got worse and worse. All the symptoms, couldn't smell, couldn't taste.
Couldn't breathe.
Yeah, the last thing was the breath. To take a step, it was laborious to breathe. To go from the couch to the restroom, you had to stop and hold on and catch your breath. It was something that it made you appreciate the breath of life. Going through that, it was, I wouldn't want anybody to go through what we did. Thank God we had each other. We
Yes.
would push each other. I can't say we cried together because there was no crying. I would not allow that. We're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. We're going to fight this thing. We're going to come through this.
Yes.
I saw his silhouette, God's silhouette. He had his hand out, and I saw a white drape around his arm. His hand was cupped like this, and Rachel and I were sitting in his hand. And he let me know, I got you.
Yes.
Don't worry, it's okay. You got to go through this, but I have you. Not going to happen. Well, I thank God for my sister Sherry. She's very diligent. She's relentless. She does not stop until she finds an answer. And she was researching this, continuously all day. And then Pastor Debbie and Pastor Jay, oh my.
Yes.
And, they came through for us. It was that nebulizer that helped us through this because
Yes.
we could not breathe anymore. It was like, you talk, you could barely get a word out. But that nebulizer and that albuterol,
Yes. Albuterol.
oh man, it started helping us, and we started actually seeing ourselves on the mend. The saints were so good to us.
Yes.
From the start. You had Jacob and Dana bringing us fruit and, things that we needed and stuff. And then you had Alicia sending us soup, wanting to feed us. You know, I was loving that. And then there was
Vicky.
Vicky. Oh,
Vicky was-
Vicky, every other day she was bringing us a warm meal.
Yes.
I mean, a hot meal to the house. I mean, she just was so good to us. And then you had Pastor Jay and Pastor Debbie making those midnight
Sonic runs.
Sonic runs, bringing us stuff to eat and drink, and that was awesome.
Yes.
And the prayers of the saints were going on, you know. And, you know, people would say, well, I don't, you know, do you want people to know this? I said, tell everybody. I want everybody praying. I
Yes.
believe in prayer, and we have it here. Do we have prayer here? We have prayer here. And I like it because, you know, your gifts, it's not focused on the pastors. The whole thing is focused on the people, pushing the people forward that they can flow in the gifts that God has given them. It's
Yes.
not all, the focus is not on the pastors. It's on the people. Flow in your gift and move out. And then we got into this group, didn't we hear?
Yes.
What is it?
Reckless Love
Reckless Love.
Ministries. Yes.
What's that about?
It's about feeding the homeless. We're both passionate about that. And I'm so glad that we were introduced to that ministry here in this church. It's helped us both a lot in growing with God's people. When we first started, Jesus was like, they're not just homeless people. That's not their name. They have names. And I was like, wow. As we meet and we minister to these people, we see the changes that God is providing for them. A home, food, clothes. And, you know, it says in His Word, if you did it for them, you did it for me. And that means a lot.
Each one of us that's in the group, we have a specific purpose, and we know God put us together because everybody's not the same. You have the two that really have that passion, that will just go out and talk to them and love on them with compassion. You have the ones that are back, that you have the watchman that watches, and you have the one that's interceding. And I mean, everybody has a place in that group, and we know that God put us together, and that happened here. We met these people here. We were looking for somewhere, a place that we belonged in the ministry. What is my job here? Where do I fit? And you'll find it here. There's something for you here.
Yes.
Whatever your gift is, whatever you want to do, whatever it is, there's a place for you here.
This is our forever church home.
Mm-hmm.